Good morning, guys. Welcome to my thoughts and places. So after work, I drove down to Cape Breton and I got a coffee and egg and ish around 3:30, and that was great. And then the causeway was closed for like 15 minutes, which is an anomaly. That never happens. And I got there around, I'm gonna say 5:02 a.m. So it was a long night drive. And you want to know what the very first thing I did is? Guess. I took my heating pad, I went into the microwave. Well, I didn't go into the microwave, but I put it in the microwave, and I relaxed, because that's what I went there to do. I went there to relax and actually relax. Next day I woke up a little bit earlier and worked on some scripts, and then I went for a hike. And I went for a hike with my uncle and his dog, which is awesome. His name is Marlo, and he took me all the places that I had never ever been before. I didn't know they existed, but it was really, really beautiful. And we just hiked in and out through the vistas, and there were so many times that I came out from these places, and you would go in through this certain little trail, or a barn used to be here, and a house used to be here, and just things that used to be. And that's one of the best things about Cape Breton, is there's all these abandoned buildings, and his dog is cute, I know, but they're like, it's exactly this. There's these abandoned shacks that kids go in to drink or whatever, but these things haven't been touched in years, and there's just these structures that are just completely, like, if you were lost in the woods in Cape Breton, it wouldn't be very, very hard to find a spot that you can get shelter, because people just build these cabins in the middle of nowhere, and it works. But there's so many beautiful vistas just in one little concentrated spot, and we must have hiked for 5 hours, going through some pretty rough terrain actually at some points. But it was probably one of the most relaxing and astonishing experiences, because you find these things that you knew existed in your head, but they never actually existed in real life until then. I don't know if that makes any sense. It's just, and this is only one very small part of Cape Breton. It was actually kind of windy too, but this is only one of the very small part of Cape Breton, and things like this, little nooks and crannies that you see that you don't exactly appreciate on a day-to-day basis, those things are there all the time. They're everywhere around you, and you just have to sometimes get somebody to show you them to take a different look and a different type of appreciation. And the struggles that we face in life, I don't know, I was trying to make a caterpillar blowing over the wind. It was really windy, so to be fair. But we just hiked through abandoned trails and through mountains and beautiful vistas, and then I hiked back home, because, well, I didn't hike back home, but I hiked back to the place that I was staying, which actually has a nice view of the sunset. But that night I played some guitar, and then it was the next day, and I was leaving, and I really, really enjoyed this weekend away. And I think that I'm going to do it a little bit more in the future. Maybe not, I'm not going to do it every weekend, of course. But regardless, I'll see you tomorrow. Good night, guys.